The drama surrounding the Cleveland Browns has reached an almost surreal level of dysfunction, frustration, and disbelief. Another Sunday has come and gone, and once again, the Dawg Pound faithful are left staring into the void, wondering how a team with this much talent and potential can manage to look so lost, so disconnected, and so utterly clueless on offense. The latest humiliation came at the hands of the New England Patriots. A 32-13 blowout that was over before halftime and told the same tragic story that's been unfolding all season long. Poor execution, worse coaching decisions, and a quarterback who looks like he's drowning every time he steps on the field. This isn't just another loss, it's a confirmation of everything fans have been screaming about for weeks. Kevin Stefanski's blind loyalty to Dillon Gabriel has gone from questionable to indefensible. Week after week, the so-called supercomputer of a coach preaches discipline, precision, and process, but what the world sees on the field is chaos and denial. Gabriel, who was handpicked and protected as if he were the future of the franchise, turned in yet another dreadful performance that makes you question how the Browns evaluate talent, how they develop it, and whether anyone in the building truly understands what winning football even looks like. The stats tell the brutal story. Gabriel's 21 completions on 35 attempts don't sound disastrous until you realize he managed only 156 passing yards the entire game. That's 4 quarters of football for an output most competent quarterbacks reach by the second quarter. In an era where average quarterbacks routinely hit 250 to 300 yards, Gabriel's production isn't just below average, it's embarrassing. And when you pair that with 2 unforgivable interceptions, each a masterclass in poor judgment and hesitation, the performance stops being merely bad and becomes a full-blown indictment of both the quarterback and the man who keeps sending him out there. Those 2 touchdown passes? Window dressing. They came in garbage time when the Patriots had long since packed up the win and were simply killing clock. Defensive backs stood 10 yards off the line, letting Cleveland complete short, meaningless throws. The box score might say 2 touchdowns, but anyone watching knew the truth. Those plays were the football equivalent of mercy points. Even Gabriel's completions tell a depressing story. Over and over again, the Browns' offense settled for checkdowns, tiny, safe throws behind the line of scrimmage or within arm's reach of the quarterback. The receivers, desperate for a chance to make plays downfield, were reduced to spectators as Gabriel dumped the ball off to tight ends and running backs who had nowhere to go. This wasn't offensive creativity. It was cowardice disguised as strategy, and it's killing any sense of rhythm, confidence, or explosiveness in this offense. Stefanski's favoritism toward Gabriel is now impossible to justify. You don't have to be an analyst to see it. Anyone with eyes can tell there's a disconnect between performance and opportunity. Week after week, Gabriel gets all the first-team reps, all the praise, all the excuses, while Shedeur sits on the sidelines, waiting for a chance that should have come weeks ago. The fans see it, the players see it, and deep down, you have to wonder if Stefanski sees it too, but refuses to admit he's wrong. The ripple effects are clear on the field. Watch the receivers' body language. They're frustrated, disengaged, tired of running routes they know won't be targeted. The defense, led by a dominant force like Myles Garrett, continues to deliver elite performances, only to see their efforts wasted by an offense that can't stay on the field. The disconnect between units is growing, and so is the frustration. You can feel it in every post-game interview, every sideline camera shot, every moment the offense stalls yet again. New England didn't even have to try anything fancy. They knew exactly what was coming. Conservative play calling, short passes, fear of pushing the ball downfield. So they sat back, baited Gabriel into mistakes, and waited for him to crack. And he did, repeatedly. That's not just bad quarterbacking. That's predictable football that any decent defense can smother without breaking a sweat. What's even more maddening is that this entire scenario has played out before, like a rerun of a bad sitcom. Stefanski takes the podium after each loss, delivering the same lifeless script. We have to execute better. We need to put players in better positions. Credit to the other team. The words change slightly, but the meaning never does. There's never accountability, never a real plan for change, just vague reassurances from a coach who seems more concerned with defending his decisions than fixing them. Here's the reality that no amount of coach speak can cover. Dillon Gabriel isn't ready. He's not an NFL-caliber starter, not in this offense, not against real competition. He lacks the arm strength to stretch defenses, the confidence to make tight window throws, and the vision to process fast-moving coverages. Every play he runs looks like it's happening in slow motion. Every drive feels like a slow bleed toward another 3-and-out or a turnover, and yet somehow, there's a silver lining buried in this chaos. As painful as it is to watch, this disaster is unintentionally setting the stage for Shedeur Sanders. Every terrible drive, every lopsided scoreline, every fan outcry is amplifying the inevitable. Sanders will get his shot. And when he does, the contrast will be so glaring that no one will ever again question who should be under center. Sanders brings everything Gabriel lacks: poise, arm talent, leadership, and most importantly, the courage to take risks when it matters. If Sanders had been thrown into this mess earlier, under Stefanski's suffocating play calling, maybe even his confidence could have been shattered. But by sitting out and letting Gabriel's failures speak for themselves, Sanders' stock only rises. When he finally takes that field, the offense will look alive for the first time all season. The crowd will feel it. The team will feel it. The entire league will see the difference. It's tragic that it's come to this, a franchise with passionate fans, a solid defense, and genuine potential brought down by stubborn loyalty and bad quarterbacking. The Browns are wasting an entire season protecting a player who hasn't earned it, while the one who could save them waits on the bench. And the longer this continues, the more it eats away at the team's credibility, chemistry, and confidence. Cleveland fans have endured decades of heartbreak, false hope, and rebuilds that go nowhere. They deserve better than this. They deserve a coaching staff that values performance over politics, a quarterback who can actually command a huddle, and an organization that doesn't keep repeating the same mistakes expecting new results. So the question now isn't if change is coming, it's when. Because at this rate, it's only a matter of time before the noise becomes too loud to ignore. Stefanski can cling to his excuses for only so long. Eventually, he'll have to make a decision that could define not just this season, but his entire career. What's going on, everyone? We've got another complete meltdown in Cleveland, and this one might finally force the Browns to face reality. So what do you think? Should Stefanski finally hand the reins to Shedeur Sanders and see if he can rescue this offense from the abyss? Or is this coaching staff too stubborn to admit defeat? Drop your thoughts down below.